Welcome to Beyond the Closing Table with Setco Services. In this podcast, we delve into the world of real estate and explore what happens beyond the closing table. Join us for insightful discussions and expert interviews that will change the way you see real estate transactions. Welcome to Beyond the Closing Table. I'm George Brandon Jr., sponsored by Setco Services. Today I have Charles Alexander.
That's me.
Welcome, Charles.
Thank you, George. Glad to be here.
Entrepreneur, salesperson,
Yes.
father,
Yes.
and most importantly, my friend.
Yes, that is correct.
That's how
That
I
is
got you to
correct.
come in here, I guess.
That was the
First
big part of
podcast,
it.
right?
First podcast.
All right.
First
So
time.
we learn a little bit about you, and I'm going
Okay.
to learn a little more about you. Then we'll ask
Okay.
a few questions and have some fun. That
Okay.
sound good to you?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Where are you from?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
God bless. I love that place.
Who dat?
Huh?
There
Mm-hmm.
we
Saints fan and all.
Correct.
All right. Where'd you grow up?
Mid-city.
Mid-city.
So right off Canal Street. So
Okay.
if you know the historic Mandina's restaurant,
Okay.
I grew up a block and a half behind Mandina's.
So you were pretty close to the quarter growing up, man.
Yeah,
other side, I
I mean, but everything's close to New Orleans.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
means 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But
It's all-
quarter's probably 10 minutes.
It's all
Quarter.
under sea level.
All under sea level.
Yeah.
all in the bowl. All in the bowl. It's all in the damn bowl.
So how was your upbringing? Tell me about the family.
It was good, man. Mom and dad. My dad was a regional vice president for McDonald's. My mom was a registered nurse. I have
Okay.
an older sister.
Okay. Good upbringing?
Yeah.
Were you a good kid?
Yeah, for the most part.
There was some hesitation there, Charles. Come on
For the
now.
most part, man. No, I didn't get into serious trouble.
Yeah.
I think my mom would say in school I wasn't challenged enough. Because
Did you have good grades?
I did. I had good grades, but I had
Okay.
bad behavior grades. And you know me.
Now I'm starting to
It
understand
makes
why we're
sense.
friends.
Correct. So she would always say, I think you weren't challenged enough.
Okay.
Because I would have A's and B's in school.
Is that kind of like when a Southern lady says, bless her heart?
Almost.
Okay.
almost. Look. But she usually followed up with a swift kick. But
Yep. Okay. All right. Was your dad, was he strict? Was he good? Was he home much?
My
Working?
dad was one. My mom was the disciplinarian.
Okay.
My dad was, you're grown, figure it out. You're a man, figure it out.
Okay.
And his probably biggest thing was he didn't want to have to pay for anything. It was like, if it doesn't cost me any money, you're all right.
That sounds like a typical dad.
Right. He's like, you hurt? Like, nah, you're good. Like, all right, figure it out,
Okay.
I think he was much more of, he wanted us to learn life lessons,
I respect that.
And
yeah.
my mom,
That's good.
my mama's boy. My mom was
Your
definitely
mom
one.
wouldn't let you fall on your face as
Uh-uh.
much.
No, she picking me up.
Okay.
All
All
day,
right.
every day.
How'd your dad get in with McDonald's? Like,
My
did he
dad's-
start
Yep.
at the bottom?
Started as a swing manager.
Really?
So, yep. My parents met. So I created.
When? Like, I'm just curious.
20s when they got married. So they were in school. My parents grew up in the same neighborhood, didn't know each other.
Okay.
Then they
in New Orleans?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then they
Did you say the 20s?
no.
Oh.
In his 20s.
In his, I'm like,
No.
damn, your dad was old.
No, in his 20s.
In his 20s.
In his 20s.
Okay.
They met, got married. That's what you did back then. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
He didn't finish school at that point. He went to work and, had the kids and everything and started as a swing manager at McDonald's.
And worked his way up.
Worked his way up.
So what did a regional vice president,
Was
regional
HR.
VP?
Mhm.
Really? He's
Yep.
an HR guy.
Mhm.
Well, that didn't take with you much, did it?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
I'm total out. So make you laugh about that. My new work role. We all take roles at work, right? Every year you get a role. So I've been district sales trainer. And we'll talk about all that, of course. But I'm currently our compliance manager.
Wow.
I told my boss, I was like, bro, you picked me for compliance.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I know. He was like,
It sounds like we had to fill a position.
correct. He's like, yeah, you need this compliance. You need this.
So I don't know why it's so funny to me that your dad was a, executive level at McDonald's
Mhm.
and that you hate all cheese.
Hate it.
Okay. That's
Hate the
just so odd.
hamburgers.
Since you were little.
Hate the hamburgers. Hate the hot dogs. Hate the cheese.
You're the most pickiest eater I think I've ever
probably
met.
am. I probably. I'm one. If not, I'm close to it. I'm sure.
But you're fun at a dinner party. I'll give you that.
Thank you. Well, I'm fun until the chef gets pissed.
The chef kicks you out because you got
Then the
too
chef's
many.
like, wait,
You're
stop.
too damn picky.
They're like, wait, hold on. Like, wait, what
We
are you
have
doing?
nothing for you to eat.
Nothing. And I'm like, but I tip well.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So mom was a nurse.
Mhm.
Where was she at? Where was she working at?
My mom worked for Charity Hospital for a
Okay.
very long time.
Yeah, we had Dr. Bill on here.
Okay, yep.
Cut his teeth at Charity.
You'll know that. Yep, my mom's a nurse, and I always say if you went through Charity and made it through Charity, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah,
Because it was you saw everything and you handled everything. She worked at Charity for a long time.
For your listeners out there, Charity doesn't even exist
Does
anymore.
not, correct.
It is where the
Yes.
gunshot wound victims, which unfortunately are plentiful in New Orleans.
But number one trauma center in the country.
No, yeah. No, it was a very good hospital.
If
it was
if
just
you
very
want-
busy.
If you want to live after that gunshot, you go to
that's where you
Charity. But if not, you're like, but it's like,
was she an ER nurse? Was she,
no, what unit was she on? Was she on? I don't remember.
Okay. All
Because
good.
when she left Charity, she went to work for the state and she surveyed home health agencies and hospitals.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
to make sure that they were up to code and not, anytime they got complaints and all that stuff. So she would go handle all
Talk
that.
about a relevant topic these days.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, but yeah, she retired. She retired a long time ago at this
Well, I'm
point.
sure she did a great job and kept people honest.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. So did you play any sports in middle school?
Really, dude?
Elementary school?
Really? How long you know me, George?
I'm just asking. I don't know. Would you
I
could have
played,
been,
I played about
10 years old and been a hell of a football
season
player.
of park ball. One season.
What is park ball?
Like the local rec ball, rec parks. Yeah,
okay,
just,
all
one
right.
season. That's
Got
it. That was
of
enough.
basketball
Football.
or football?
Yeah.
Not for you.
No,
Okay.
it was outside.
Okay.
It was outside.
All right. So, high school.
I was in the band.
Okay.
So,
I could see that.
okay, but no, because I have a big dispute with someone that I live with named Travis
Okay.
about this exact conversation.
Okay.
So, growing up in Louisiana,
Yeah.
especially in predominantly African-American schools, bands are big.
Yeah.
Travis is from Indiana, where bands were for people who were not as popular. Let's say that.
Okay. Yep.
So I think about Indiana, that's how they were. I don't know. But I say you're in the South. Bands are just as popular as the football teams.
Well, yeah, especially in the African American
Yes.
community. I mean, it's a whole.
It's correct.
It's a show.
Yes.
It's
and-
not just a
and
band.
Travis would always make fun of me. Like, you were a band nerd. I'm like, well, no. First of all, like, the band's actually very cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, of course, our kids who we think definitely are musically inclined, I say they may be in a band one day. And look at this.
Yeah.
But so no, I did the band. I was in a band for
What instrument?
junior high, tenor drum,
Okay.
freshman year of high school, trumpet. And then I played the mellophone and marching band, the French horn and concert band.
Wow. Okay. Some diversity there.
A little bit, a little bit.
I just,
a little bit.
when you came out swinging with the drum, I thought
Yeah,
I was starting to picture drum line. And
Well,
some
only
dancing.
make you laugh, only because seriously, it is to get those spots are hard.
Mm-hmm.
And going into my freshman year of high school, I didn't go to summer band camp. So by the time I got there in the fall, the spots were already filled. But I wanted to be the band. So I'd never played a horn before a day in my life. And my friends, and I have to, I'm going to put myself out there. So when my friends listen to this, they're going to laugh because they were like, yeah, we knew it. My freshman year, I barely knew how to play the trumpet. So I probably knew if we had 30 songs we had to memorize, I probably knew 2.
Okay.
So,
But
but
you played just a basic trumpet?
basic trumpet.
Okay.
Third trumpet. So you got first, second, and third. So I
Okay.
played third trumpet.
Okay.
Just all whole notes. That's all
Okay.
it was.
It's an important instrument in the band.
So it came from going to my sophomore year when I switched to mellophone, which was a section of 10 people versus trumpet section that had like 40.
What, excuse my
Mellophone,
ignorance. What is a mellophone?
marching French horn.
Okay.
So it's a marching version of a French horn. That's all it is.
Is it wrap around?
It's
or-
upright.
Okay.
So like I said, French horn just down low and mellophone's just upright.
Got
So,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
that's
Well,
only
learn
the-
something new today.
So I
How
know.
about
So
that?
you got like trumpet and a baritone
Mhm.
and a mellophone like in between it.
Okay.
So it's probably the best because you have some deeper notes like a baritone, but also you can bring it up high like a trumpet.
Okay.
So it's probably
I
easy.
can't believe we've never had some of these conversations.
I know,
So
bro.
knowledge about band. So did y'all, were you in a band that was kind of like the big shows?
Yes,
we were dancing.
Yes, we were we
dancing. Maybe
we
not the right
marched
word,
in
but
all the
marched
big
and-
parades. We would travel to different colleges to perform for like their halftime shows. We might have did one parade. One of the
Are
big
they were they as intense and choreographed as they are today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean,
some of those things are huge, and it is a production.
Yeah. It was a process, man. And the only part for me with band that I regret, this is so petty because I finished high school a very long time ago at this point. I wanted to be drum major.
Okay. Is it the head of the drums?
Head of the whole band.
Oh, okay.
Head of the whole band.
See, I was on the football field, so here's where my ignorance kicked in.
No, so y'all had football captains. So just think, so we had...
You're the captain.
So you had a band drum major, and then you had band captains. So drum major right under the band director.
Got it.
And then your band captains, and you had section leaders and all that stuff. But I wanted to be drum major. That's my goal for my senior year, and I didn't make drum major.
Did you have to play the drums?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Most of the time, the drum major didn't come off the drum section because those spots were so coveted. And once you got to get drummers, they were hard to come by.
Gotcha.
So a lot of times those guys, they stayed. And even your top horn players, wouldn't become drum majors because they were so good on their horn. They wouldn't want to pull them off. But
did you try out, or did you?
You don't try out, so you were picked.
Okay.
I had my own reasoning on why I wasn't picked.
Well, what is it? I mean, it's been, I would say 15 years, right?
I would say, my own opinion, a little jealousy.
Who picks?
The band director.
Okay.
So
it's not
it's not a popularity contest.
Peer.
Yeah.
Pick. Well, not as a, I mean, I guess, in high school, a lot of everything's a popularity contest to some extent, but it wasn't an election of your peers.
No, correct.
Okay, so it was just appointment by the band.
So I've, again, if my therapist and I would say,
come on, that's my part-time job too.
I feel the band director, my dad did a lot for the school, right? So all of our drinks came from McDonald's. I mean, McDonald's sponsored all that. So we were just, it's just so.
So it was like coming to America with McDowell's in New Orleans.
And it's like, whatever you need, we got. We would have the Gatorade, McDonald's cooler for the parades and all that.
Awesome.
And I really believe the band director didn't like that as much. Hey,
support.
I get it. You're preaching to the choir, my friend. But so why I say that, because first of all, I'm going to toot my own horn. I was popular in school, I would say.
Not really surprised.
I would say I was popular in school.
Yeah.
I would say,
man about town.
Yeah, I had a lot, I still have a lot of those same friends and all that good stuff. But one of the girls, I remember in my senior year of high school, because we always had one for football season, and then we have four for parade season. So I knew I wasn't going to the football season because it's kind of me and the same guy. We were on the same instrument. So I knew both of us weren't getting off the horn, right? One of us was going to stay on the horn. But I was like, okay, I won't get it for football. If I don't get it for football, I'll definitely get it for parade season. Well, I was told that my band director said, anyone but Charles.
Well, with that comment, there probably was some kind of bias, whether it was,
hey, you know what I mean? So
your dad or maybe, just you.
Just me. Could have been anything, you know what I mean? But.
Now, did y'all march in Mardi Gras?
We didn't march on Mardi Gras Day because I went to a college preparatory school, and we were academics first. So we did not march on Mardi Gras Day.
What school?
McDonald 35 Senior High School.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, we were one of the best schools in the
Was it private?
No, public school.
Okay.
I'm a product of New Orleans public schools.
Good. Awesome. I love it. That's amazing.
And we were one of the best schools when it came to band, sports, and academics.
Okay.
And no, they had a big rule. Like, we didn't march on Mardi Gras Day. They was like, no, it wants you to time with your family.
That was a school rule?
School rule. Yep.
Okay.
They were like, no, we marched up until Monday, up until Lundi Gras. We were marching Orpheus, because we were marching in Endymion. For a while, we didn't march in Bacchus, because Bacchus had a bad reputation. So probably like my end of my high school year, we started marching in Bacchus. But at first, we didn't march in Bacchus.
Oh.
Yeah,
Bacchus. Well, that's my crew.
I know, but if you, Bacchus used to have a lot of violence, not in the parade, just, I don't know what that Sunday did to people.
Got it.
But it was just.
So you just were prevented from marching on Sunday?
No, Well, we didn't march on Sunday, but we didn't march in Bacchus. We marched in the earlier parades.
Okay.
While the sun was still out.
Okay.
We didn't march at night, and then we didn't march on Mardi Gras Day.
Okay.
We never marched my entire.
But you did the other parades on Saturday.
We did Endymion. We did Orpheus. We did Mid City. It was on Sunday day.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, probably think my junior or senior year, we started marching in Bacchus.
Okay.
But for a while, we
I like to see, I don't get it riding. You don't get to see the bands. I like to see the bands.
It was fun, dude.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Okay.
Stayed in good shape, too.
Yeah, I bet. It's not I'm riding and I get tired.
It's a ways.
Yeah.
It's a ways, but,
Well, I know you still regularly go back.
Yes. So
Every year?
Every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
We're going this year?
Not for premier Mardi Gras weekend. We're going the first weekend.
Okay.
Which I call the family weekend anyway.
So I don't need to prepare a gift bag.
No bag this year. No bag this year.
Right,
yes.
right. Well, that's unfortunate.
I know.
I'm seeing you guys.
That's a whole nother story.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like we need to take that one offline.
Yeah. That's a whole nother story.
All right. So, band leader or what was it called? Drum major. Drum major did not work out.
Did not work out.
Okay.
I finished school.
Yeah.
Graduated high school.
Where'd you go from there?
So I went to the University of New Orleans my first year.
Was there aspirations for you to do band?
I was leaving band in high school.
Okay.
No.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, no, it is.
Especially in that area.
No, and a lot of people, I mean, they give a ton of band
South.
Correct. And they give tons of band scholarships the whole nine. But no, I didn't think I was that good of a, I mean, I did my part. I wasn't the best player by any means.
Losing that drum major just deflated
after that, dude, I was done. Like, I'm over it. I'm done. Get me out of this. This is a wrap for me. I'm done with this. So went to the University of New Orleans my first year. Then, typical freshman, did nothing.
Okay. You just total buckshot?
Close to it.
Okay. All right.
My parents were like, oh, that's not going to work.
Here, says your mommy say you weren't being challenged again?
Yes. Well, she was like, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So literally ended up going to Dillard University where my entire family actually went.
Where?
Dillard University.
Where is that?
So it's in New Orleans.
Okay.
It's a small HBCU. So when I was there, we had about 2,100 kids.
Oh, man, really small.
Yeah. Now I think it's maybe 1,500. It's really small.
Okay.
Methodist, private school.
deal?
Yeah, private school. And I studied physics.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Closest thing they had to engineering.
That ain't kind of insulting.
I know. No, it was
interesting.
I know.
Just knowing you. But all right. So what'd you want to do with that?
Design cars.
Really?
Yep. That was my plan.
How have we never talked about this?
I don't know,
was your vision for designing cars?
I love cars. I don't know.
I knew that.
I don't know. Just I love cars. That was my plan. If I'd have thought about it then, my plan was to design cars.
So why'd you go into physics?
Because Dillard didn't offer an actual engineering program.
Okay.
So physics was the closest thing to it.
Okay.
So when I left UNO, when I was at UNO for that year, I did mechanical engineering.
Got it.
And that didn't work.
Were you living at home your freshman year?
About half of my freshman year.
Okay.
About half. Then I moved out.
Right.
Yeah, probably like 3/4 out. Yeah, but I was at home like.
Were you working?
College intern.
Okay.
I think I was done working. I think I worked at Mandina's restaurant from when I was 12 till I was 20. So I probably stopped. I might have still been working.
What'd you do at the restaurant?
Did everything.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro.
Wait tables?
I started 12 years old, washing windows and wiping toilets.
Okay.
Then worked the way up to a bar back. Then.
Did your dad know the owners or something?
Yeah, everybody. But it's not a few house, so everybody knows the owner. I mean, like.
Life.
And one thing, this is the thing, man. I'll tell anybody, and I'll definitely give a shout out while we're on to Tommy Mandina. And I used to tell him when I used to see him, I would always, if I have ever had the chance to honor someone, I would honor this man. He hired every kid in the neighborhood. And I always say, I don't think people understand how they affect your life at that point, right? So you figure, I'm a 15-year-old kid. I'm just running wild, having fun. Why responsibilities? I had to go to work, So not only did it keep me off the streets, it put money in my pocket. You know what I mean? Like, those things my parents couldn't even teach me, right? It's like you had to live it.
It's your life lesson.
Yeah, to experience it, dude. And that's the thing, man. Like, I can remember my parents say, okay, you want these Jordans, you pay half, we'll pay half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm at 13, I'm making $50 a week, maybe, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I got more money. My friends don't have $50 in their pocket. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right.
Bad money.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not trying to date you, but
hold on, man.
I'm at your age.
I know that, Joe. But I do not want Stephanie killing me, okay?
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like it's for
it was
12, 13 years old.
200%, dude.
Yeah.
And at that point, like you figured, those things I wouldn't change. But this man hired every kid in the neighborhood. All of my friends worked there. Like, we all had jobs. And I would tell anyone, working in a restaurant to be one of the best life experiences I ever had. It taught me how to deal with people. It taught me how to manage emotions. It taught you how to deal with people of different walks of life. The whole, whether it's the employees, whether it's the customers, it taught you how to deal with that. And you got to suck it up, right? I mean, we have a horrible table that's coming in, but I got to deal with them, you know, and I still want my tip, so I got to suck it up. I may be having a horrible day at home, you know, I might have just got punished because I got 3 Ds, you know what I mean? Like, yo, now I got to go to work and still smile because I got to make
Put
this
your
money.
face on.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I always say, man, that Tommy Mandina will never understand how much my friends and I have talked about how much that shaped our lives.
Yeah.
And it was a huge thing to hire us. And like I say, you know, kept up. New Orleans was a different place, man. It was different. Yeah. And it kept us out of trouble, I believe, put money in our pockets, taught us life lessons. So shout out to Tommy Mandina. Boom.
Do you ever get a chance to thank him?
I don't, man. I know he lives in Alabama now. I want to say like Fair Hope or Daphne. Okay. But I remember telling him this years ago. But again, I haven't seen him, gotten him forever. I mean, I would love to.
Restaurant closed?
Restaurant's still open.
Did he sell it?
I think his daughter runs it now. That would be Cindy Mandina. So shout out to Cindy.
Got it. Well, no, that's why I love doing this. Is, I mean, get people on here and you learn whatever you want to put with it, life lessons or whatever, how you got to where you are today. And, you know, for me, it was sports. I mean, I was in Memphis, but it kept me out of trouble. And, you know, I kind of have that rule with my kids. Like, you're either going to play sports or you're going to get a job.
Yep.
And both can kind of guide you in the same way, shape you, however you want to put it. But like you said, life lessons, it also kept you off the street.
100%.
Getting out of trouble.
100%.
And you're making a little money and you can go get you some Jordans.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know,
hell yeah.
You learn how to blow that money. And
I did.
You don't regret it.
I blew a lot of it, George. Oh.
Yeah, we had George Barnes on here.
Okay.
Very similar story. He was, I can't think of it was an Italian restaurant, but he started, I think, when he was 14. And, you know, like you said, bussing tables. I mean, even I worked at a Germantown commissary, barbecue restaurant in Germantown outside of Memphis. My dad's good buddy owns it still today. Great restaurant. Shout out to Walker. I washed dishes at a barbecue restaurant, and that made me really understand that I'd never want to do this again. And work really hard over here so I don't have to do this again.
Like, I ain't doing this shit.
Because cleaning barbecue dishes is nasty.
Dude, that is one thing I would always tell them, though. This is a job for me, not a career.
Yeah.
I won't be here forever.
Yeah. What type of food was that place?
American cuisine.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, everything from spaghetti and meatballs to roast beef po' boys, you know, oyster sandwiches. Very good. It's a very good restaurant. Seriously.
I'm hungry.
Dude, I'm telling you, listen to me, dude. If y'all go to New Orleans on a regular, dude, seriously, if you have not gone to Mandina's, you need to try it out.
Check it out.
3800 Canal Street. Very good.
Okay. All right. So we're at the restaurant.
Okay.
You're in the small little school.
Small school.
How's that going? In physics?
It's going well.
Yeah. Good grades?
No.
Okay.
I definitely was.
You still messing around?
C's get degrees.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
C's get degrees.
Did you get your degree?
I got my degree. Yes, I got the degree. And
it doesn't sound like it would be a huge party school with 2,000 people, but
no. So
you're still in New Orleans.
I'll tell you about that. And that was the thing, dude. Like, joining my fraternity was, again, something that, again, I look at life moments that shape your life, right? Joining the oldest and the coldest fraternities of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
Which is the oldest Panhellenic fraternity, oldest Greek letter fraternity for African Americans. Well, started with African Americans at Cornell University. Again, same things. You know, you kind of just don't know what's going on. I'm in college, but I'm just living. I'm just, I'm still in New Orleans, so I didn't step outside of my box, right?
Yeah.
Like, all my friends are still there. All my family's still there. I still have my normal life going on. When I joined the fraternity, it forced me to be on campus more. We would have to wear suits to school every Tuesday. We had meetings. We had to present at our
because
convention.
Of the fraternity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, say, it's a worldwide fraternity. So, like, we would have conventions in the district, the region, the nation. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, chapter of the year, like, when we run chapter a year, 1 year. So it's like at that point you are literally presenting, you put all this information, all this work, whether it's community service projects you have to present, to your community, whether it's presenting to the faculty, or what are you doing on campus? How are you standing out on campus? And you put all this together, present, for each of these steps to win chapter of the year. So it was things like that. Again, it's a lot of, while we're all in college and adults, don't get me wrong, you're still dealing with a lot of older people who are guiding our chapter advisors, right? So they're advising you on, no, like, that's not acceptable, right? We don't do that. You're an alpha now. You don't do these things, right? So, again,
that's good.
It was, man.
Yeah.
So again, I'll say
it was a
that
positive influence.
100%, dude. And that was one of the next things I would say, maybe like, wow, okay, I got to grow up now. You know what I mean? So,
you have some mentors there?
Yeah, but you had your chapter advisors who served as mentors, and you had your fraternity brothers that would come in, like from past years, and hey, we need to look at doing this. This is what we did when we won. Try this, or so just stuff like that. You had your sister sororities who you would partner with and do stuff together with on campus.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was just one of the things. Again, I always say, because I hated going through it at first, but once you join, once you're in, once you realize, like, okay, now I get it, right? Now I understand why this all happened.
Did y'all have a pledge process?
We don't pledge at Alpha.
Okay.
So we didn't pledge.
So no hazing.
There was no hazing.
Okay.
You joined the fraternity.
You're on video. Everybody can see you smiling.
So I'm just saying,
like ear to ear.
We don't haze in Alpha.
Well, we still, I was in a fraternity at Pike, and it was very similar, as far as growing up business, dealing with adults. But then we still had it was allowed. You had a pledge class, and you had a pledge.
We had an initiation process.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yes, that's what we're going to
get branded?
No, God, no, nuh-uh. I got enough tats. I'm not getting branded.
Okay. I always found it humorous because at Ole Miss, we get in trouble for hazing. And then the African-American fraternities, which there were several on campus, and all good dudes, they'd come for parties, but they'd brand each other. And I'm like, holy shit, this fraternity just got in trouble because they made a kid drink. These guys are branding each other.
But they didn't brand, so those are usually another group, the Omegas. But
I didn't know.
No, but usually the Omegas, but they don't do that after they join.
Okay.
So once you're in, then yes, they were a lot.
So it's not a pledge.
Correct.
Thing.
Yeah, you're in that.
You commit to yourself.
You're in the organization, and now you're going to put that brand on you.
Okay. Seemed like a lot.
I 1,000,000% agree. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, not on this beautiful body.
Not on this smoking hot physique. Okay.
I figured as much. Okay, got it. Understood. Noted.
So
went through a kind of growing up process. The fraternity helped you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So are we going to design cars? Where are we going?
No. So finish. So funny but not funny. I finished school in summer of 2005. Right before Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
Because Dillard didn't offer an engineering program. You can do this program. We did 3 years at Dillard, 2 years at school. You end up with 2 degrees. None of us did it. We ended up staying at Dillard and get our physics degree. But at that point, we had to all take our foreign languages that nobody took. We would take the next school. At that point, like, all right, well, I'm just going to wait and take another class. So I ended up finishing school in summer school, right before Hurricane Katrina, which a moment I regret. And I don't regret a lot in my life. I regret not walking in 2005 because my father passed in 2006. And I always said, he didn't get to see it. My dad was like, damn, man, when you going to finish school, man? Because I was on a 5-year plan. You know what I mean? He was like, damn, boy, we ain't going to finish school, So I always say, I wish I would have forced
Was he paying?
For a lot of them, some of it,
okay.
Enough of it.
Valid question, Dad.
Right, yeah. Right. It's like, well, I would love to, but, so that's always how I wish that I would have forced that issue. Because I probably could have done it. I mean, you get to small school, everybody. You can probably maneuver your way around it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, who cared? Then Hurricane Katrina hit. My father passed. So then,
were you done with school? You just hadn't walked. Okay, because that was September of
August 29th, one of those, 2005, and I finished literally like the first week of August.
Okay.
So he knew I was done, But I always
Just
say,
didn't get to see
that
it.
problem on the senior kids, like, my
Yeah.
sister can, and then only thing, my family, they all went to Dillard. So my mom, Dillard's a very beautiful campus. Very, very pretty campus.
So your parents both went there too?
But my
Okay.
dad didn't finish from there.
Okay.
So my dad actually ended up going to college later in life.
Okay.
But you don't walk on the grass at Dillard. You do not walk on the grass. You take the long way.
Really?
Yeah. They don't play about that grass. They don't play, dude. So the only time you walk on the grass is for graduation.
Okay.
Because that's what our graduation's outside. So I always say
privilege.
It's a privilege.
To walk on that grass.
Earn your time to walk on this grass.
Okay.
So my dad,
I like it. Tradition.
He didn't get to see it. That's the only thing I always say. One of the things I always say, a moment that I kind of regret that he didn't get to see that.
Okay.
But
all right. So Katrina happened. How'd that go?
We moved to
your family,
Baton Rouge.
So your mom's house, parents' house got.
My parents' house got about 5 feet of water in it, but the house is about 4 feet off the ground, 3 feet off the ground. I mean, they live in an old Victorian.
Yeah.
So they had water in the house.
Because that's not in a low spot, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Yeah, but I'm saying.
I know it all got.
Yeah, but like.
None of it was good. I'm not discounting that, but
no, like
that area is not in the
my
super low
sister
spot.
and brother-in-law's house, they were literally redoing the house in New Orleans East. Their house was destroyed.
Gone.
Totally. I mean, all that was just gone. So, and then I lived in an apartment that I had the second floor, my roommate, and then we had an office on the first floor. So that had water on the first floor. The second floor was fine.
Okay.
But finished school, moved to Baton Rouge, went to a couple of jobs.
Did your family stay?
They stayed in Baton Rouge. No, we all evacuated.
Okay.
I wasn't quite crazy to this. So a bunch of my close friends and I, known as the Circle, we used to host parties in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
We had a party that Friday.
Okay.
Before Katrina. Wake up Saturday. I was overserved. My parents come by the house and like, hey, this storm's coming. Like, we're getting out of here. I'm not going. I'm not dealing with that. And they're like, we're going to get gas in this car. Like, you need to be ready when we come back. Dude, I packed a backpack. I mean, some flip-flops, pair of shorts, some undies.
You knew what you were doing.
I'll be back in 2-3 days. I'm like, we've done this all before. And didn't come back for months.
Yeah.
So that was Katrina hit.
Let's go back to these parties for a second.
Yeah.
Were these like money-making parties? Were you?
Yeah, we did make money. No, we had it. No, I'm seriously. We used to host parties in New Orleans. And we did it was.
At your apartment?
No,
or you rent out a club?
At venues.
Okay.
And we did really well with that, man. That was a really good time for us, being on the party scene, it was good.
You're young.
Yeah, we were young.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody's doing the right thing. And
were you good at it?
we were.
Okay.
We were,
I
dude.
can see you.
We were, dude.
I
We
can see you
were
being pretty good at throwing a party.
We were really good at that, man. We knew all the hot DJs, had all the good looking people there. And it was different. Like I always say, when we were growing up versus how I think a lot of kids grow up now, we didn't have any problems at our parties. There was, nobody was fighting, nobody was shooting. It was just
it's fun.
Just good old fun, dude.
Yeah.
Good old fun, man.
Yeah.
And
sad, huh?
it's crazy. And I always say, I look back, growing up, we went out to try to get laid.
Yeah.
I don't know what these kids do now. I have no idea. I don't think they're doing that. But that's why we
do
went
you
out.
think there's a difference?
I don't know, dude. I think it's social media.
Okay.
I think
drugs were there. It's not like that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying your parties. But
but no, that was still going on. But I think
drinking and all this stuff is still there.
I think just priorities, dude. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we went out to look good, to try to pick up something. I mean, we're all young in college. Everybody. I want you to see my shiny car. Versus I want you to see my gun. You know what I mean? And yeah, it wasn't perfect. No, nothing's perfect. Yeah, they had incidents and fights. Don't get me wrong, but nowhere near to the extent I think of what you see now. And I think a lot of that. I mean, social media is a gift and a curse, man. I'm going more with the curse route. Well, I agree, but I do think you have you do. I like to cook so I get watch these guys, these, online chefs and stuff, and I've tried to, duplicate their recipes, and it's, it comes out good and all that's fun. But I think, man, you have that false reality of, you see the car, you see the jewelry, you see the big houses. Well, the bank account's on zero.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's a false sense of reality, man. Like these people are not living that life. And everyone wants to live that life. We all want it, right? But most of us have gotten it from hard work.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, do they have people who make it? Yes, I agree. And I wish those people all the best success. But that's going to still be the and I say air quotes, the 1%ers. That's a very small percentage of people.
Exception to the rule.
Correct. Very small percentage of people who really make it by being a reality star.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But
work hard. Be nice.
That's half the battle, dude.
Yeah.
That's half the battle, dude. Get up, go to work every day, and let the chips fall where they may, right? And that's how I look at it.
So you're not going back into the party concierge scene?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. I'm just checking.
Not doing that
You
shit.
never know. Well, at least you got to fall back.
Well, I've thought about a lot of things in life. That's not one. No. Look. No.
That's funny. Where? All right. Katrina happens.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole family's displaced.
Yes.
Y'all are in Baton Rouge.
Yes.
Which was a you know what show too.
Correct.
Where did y'all find a spot to live?
So how crazy it is, my cousin, who was in nursing school at that time at Southern in Baton Rouge, 1-bedroom apartment, and it was about 10 of us.
Oh.
And my sister was
baby
pregnant.
Jesus. Oh.
And dude, it was
this like perception of a temporary couple days thing?
No, dude, we were probably there for at least a month. For at least
10 of y'all in a 1-bedroom apartment.
1 bathroom, 1 bedroom. And it was my brother-in-law.
I guess y'all found out that you really like each other.
Dude, it was literally like, this is my spot. You don't touch it. Like
a 2x2.
Dude, you get your pallet and this is my spot. Like, you stay in your lane. And that was it. And like I say, it was why it wasn't practical or what we thought. The only option you had.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's either here or I'll be on the street.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be on the street. So
fair. I mean,
look, I didn't want to be on the street. So,
So were you working? What were you doing?
So at that point, no. Fast forward a little bit, just like a month or two. I ended up moving to Houston. With a friend of mine in Houston. Kind of working jobs, trying to figure out, just.
Did you they were bussing people over there at that time?
No.
Did you?
No, I
just voluntarily drove?
Once my dad got me a new car, I drove over. My dad got me a new car, I drove. Once, like, all right, let's get you a new car. Like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I got a new car, moved to Houston. That's when I started doing industrial engineering.
Okay.
Then that job took me back to Baton Rouge.
So who were you with? What were you doing?
Hydrochem.
Okay.
So we worked in all the refineries, all the plants. Like those big tankers that hold everything.
Mm-hmm.
We had to wash them and clean them and all that stuff. And I hated that job too.
Okay, you were doing the washing and cleaning?
Yeah, dude. Picture that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And the heat.
Never would have called that one.
Bro, listen to me. So I was like, this is not going to work for me.
Did you have to put on like a Kim suit?
Everything, dude. It's like you would bring changing clothes because you would put your fire resistant suit on and stuff, but your clothes under are soaking wet. So you might change 2 times a day. Because in heat, you're just sweating. You're sweating them out.
Texas.
No, and then I moved back to Louisiana, which wasn't even better. I'm saying Louisiana wasn't any better. So it's like,
yeah, it's just more humid.
Yeah, it's just like, so this is not working. Literally, dude, ended up quitting on the spot. Got back to Louisiana, literally.
You're just like, I stink, I leave.
Dude, no. So I was an air quotes again, manager in training.
Okay.
And
with the chem company.
With Hydrochem.
Yeah.
And literally, dude, I had a beeper. So I'm aging myself. I had a beeper.
This is the mid-2000s.
I know.
They had cell phones.
But I had a beep. They would beep you like if like the plants, they would beep you if they had a problem, right? So they would beep me.
I didn't know people still carried beepers in 2007.
This was like literally 06, 07.
Yeah.
It was 06. And I went out to the plant. We fixed the leak they had or whatever because of safety issue. Probably got home at like, say, 3 in the morning, right? So we would get to work at like 6.
Are you in Baton Rouge at this point?
Baton Rouge.
Okay, so you're back.
So I was living in Baton Rouge. I worked in Geisler.
Did you have your own place?
No. Well, yeah. I think I did. I don't remember.
I don't know if you moved back in that little bitty apartment.
No, but my parents had bought a place out there. So yeah. They bought a place, but I'm trying to think that they were gone by then. I think they were gone. So I think I was there by myself. And I get back at 2:33 in the morning, dude, and literally they're like, beeper goes off, let's say 7. They're like, where are you at? You're supposed to be here. I'm like, man, I just got home. Man, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And they're like, it doesn't work that way. You got to be back.
Damn.
I said, oh, okay.
Well, I'm sure you're making overtime at that
No,
point.
I was salary.
Oh.
That was the crazy part, dude. You had people with less education and they're making hourly rates.
Mm-hmm.
And these dudes are getting paid because they're working so much overtime.
Yeah.
You know, because we're working 10, 12 hours a day already. And so you figure starting Wednesday, you're getting overtime. And they're working 6 days a week.
Yeah.
You know? And while I'm thinking I was making a decent salary at that age, I was like, nah, this isn't for me. And I quit.
Okay.
So literally, dude, quit. Like, no 2 weeks, nothing.
Did you quit via the beeper?
No, not the beeper. Before I went in, when they called me, they come in that day, I typed them a resignation letter and said, here you guys go. I'm done.
See ya.
And I left.
Okay.
And
so where'd this journey take you after?
To the Hornets basketball team.
Really?
That's where I started my sales career.
Okay.
So one of my
Did you always have this outgoing, boisterous personality?
People will say that, but I didn't realize it. So you
didn't feel like sales was for you?
I didn't. One of my best buds, Roy Duplessis, was like, dude, the Hornets are having a job fair. You should go. He's like, same thing. Like, you love talking to people. You're not shy, dude. I'm like, dude, who gets hired at a job fair? It's a waste of my time. You know what I mean? But I didn't have a job. So I'm like, I'm going. So I go and get hired on the spot.
Wait, where were the Hornets?
They were just moved back from Oklahoma. So they were New Orleans, Oklahoma for Katrina for 2 years, and then moved back.
Okay, that's right.
So they were just getting back. It's 2007. They were just getting back.
Okay.
And literally got hired on the spot.
Okay.
Inside sales, though.
Is that cold calling ticket sales?
Cold call, dude.
Yeah.
Crank out the phones.
Come
in a
on.
basement, 100 calls minimum a day. Base salary, you ready? $17,000.
Big money.
Dude, my mom like
2007.
Dude, and my mom like, wait.
You might have been making better wages when you were 12.
Dude, literally, dude. She was like, wait, you quit your engineering job to go do this and make $17,000.
What were you getting paid there, if you don't mind me asking?
Like 60 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Did good money.
Yeah, straight out of college. Yeah.
22, 23?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not a bad living. Yeah. I'm good. And my parents was like, my mom was like, wait. He's like, no, you got bills, like your responsibilities. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm going to do it. I can do it. Thank God I got promoted after 2 months.
Was there a commission type structure?
Yeah. So that was the thing, dude. One thing why I think I fell in love with sales, you got to learn your IC plan, learn your comp plan. It was strictly,
It's fine. Will you grab a paper towel? Some water on
it was at that point, it was just volume. They needed butts in the seats.
Yeah.
So I called
because the Hornets sucked.
They sucked after Hurricane Katrina. Like, they're like, I'm trying to build my house. Like, why are you calling me about a damn ticket sale?
Good point. Yeah,
so
I didn't think
for me,
about that.
Shit, I just called everybody I know. Hey, I need you to buy a ticket. So, dude,
so are you selling like season packages?
Season tickets, dude, for $400. I called
for a whole season?
The whole season, dude.
That don't sound too bad.
So literally, dude, I would call all my best friends, Kill and Jared, Edgar. I call all these dudes and like, hey, I need y'all to buy a ticket. And you ready for the kicker? A 9-month payment plan.
On $400?
$400. So I was like, bro, just give me your card.
You run a damn rent-a-center.
Literally. I'm like, bro, I got you. I'm like, don't even worry about it. And the funniest part for them,
9-month payment.
Dude, and it's like, they're like, all right, bro, like, we don't care.
Why not?
They're like, all right, why not?
Yeah.
Because I got them the best seats available, of course, in that price point, but they never sat there anyway. Their asses always sat in seats I hooked them up with. So they were like, they were sitting on row 2 at the bottom. They never went up there anyway. But, did that, dude, and was there for almost 4 years, man.
So, we have a lot of salespeople, mainly real estate predominantly on this. And I'm always intrigued about what Did you have any tricks other than calling your friends and cold calling? And did you have success?
Yes.
Because it's kind of a lost art.
Correct. So,
I know what I do to people that call me now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
you're like, then I answer it.
Yeah.
You're like,
and it's gotten crazy.
Someone's blocking them
now with cell phones, but it's, the old school way of having a conversation with somebody, I think, is a little bit of a lost art. So is there anything you did unique?
Relationship building, which I don't think is unique, but I do think it's been the key to my sales career.
Okay.
Slow walking it, dude. Like, and it's something like professional sports, it is a churn and burn industry, right? But the part where I was successful was building that relationship, leveraging that relationship, right? So how do I build that relationship with you to get your business? Then how do you trust me enough to give me more?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like, it meant me upgrading people. Hey, man, I got you. Come on over here. Or when they called and you needed help with something, let me help you out, man. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
You got a big client in town. I'll get you 2 more tickets, man. Don't worry about it. And that stuff to me just went a long way. And I think that as I look at sales now, where everything is so analytical, right? So I feel like we missed the days of truly going to shake the hands and kiss the babies.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's, if you do X, Y, and Z, this is going to happen. And why that's a lot of truth to that, there's still a lot of truth to getting out there, hitting the pavement, talking to your clients, building a relationship with your clients, and understanding what their needs are. And I think if you understand what their needs are, I was like in my current role, I can overcome any objection if I understand what you really need.
Yeah.
If we really have a true conversation, hey, you need X, Y, and Z. That's what you need. Okay. So if I overcame that, can I gain your commitment to write this product? Okay. Now we're good then. Again, and I mean,
what if they don't need it?
Well, then
you good saying okay?
Yeah, you don't win them all.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part where I think the analytical versus the real world. Because analytics saying, if you make 2 extra calls a day, you're going to turn that number's going to turn.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way. I feel, prime example, I would always say, sometimes you gotta miss me for a little bit, right? So if you're not going to do anything, that's okay. I'm going to back up from you. And then when I come back, where you been? Well, I was going to serve customers that wanted my help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, good point.
Yeah, it's like, okay, why am I keep investing in you when you're not investing in me? And one thing I've always tried to be very clear with people, and my company may not like this, I'm a salesperson. You know why I'm here.
Yeah.
While we can talk about basketball, I can talk about the pharmaceutical drugs, they all know we're salespeople. They know why we're here. Let's work together. Let's partner together. And that's what I tell people all the time. Let's partner together. Let's work together to see how can we be successful. You help save patients' lives in my current role, and me becoming successful and then moving up the ladder and getting a promotion. So it's, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think you got to kind of, for me, it's been the thing of finding that balance of like, how can I incorporate what the company wants, right? How do I don't want to say check those boxes, but check those boxes and able to stay true to myself, and not because who I am has got me, I believe, where I am. So,
yeah, no, it's a valid point.
Yeah,
I agree wholeheartedly with
you.
It's you want the data. The data is good, but it's not always call.
Correct.
Are you going to hit some? Yeah.
But, like anything.
Maybe you spend 5 more minutes over here. And like you said, understanding a problem, or just establish a personal relationship and learn something about the person.
100%.
And all of a sudden, they kind of open up a little more.
Yeah, and that's the part, man, I think with anything, like after Katrina, dealing with the Hornets, it was, like, I can remember to this day, like, because only probably maybe, let's say for sake of numbers, if 100 people that worked for the Hornets, 10 of us might have been from New Orleans. Other people from around, they just want to get into sports. And I can remember sitting down with the big bosses like, look, we can't keep using the same Hurricane Katrina spill. We're trying to move forward as a community. We got to change the script because you're annoying people now, right?
Are they giving you a script?
They gave, and like I said, always like anything, you take that roadmap, as what I always call them, and now I make it my own. But we're like, okay, guys, this was fun the first year. Now it's 2009. You know what I mean? Or it's it's like Katrina was 4 years ago, guys. We don't want to hear about this. Like, we don't want to keep hearing about this. Like, we got to move past it. So, it was one of those things that I always say, for me, a lot of my success was, yes, calling on the favors, no doubt. But also, like I said, to me, understanding my clients' needs, how do I help them? And like I said, just being an asset, right? So I was we dealt with a lot in sports. It was much more like, hey man, I got 2 clients coming to town. Could you help me out? Whether it was, okay, give me your 2. We can resell those on, the company can resell those. I'll get you a better 2, you know what I mean? Like, and just kind of finding ways to make things work for your clients.
Yeah.
And I always said, look, yeah, when LeBron was coming to town, we couldn't do it. But, if it's an average game, yeah, man, I can make it work,
Mm-hmm.
And again, and I get it, ownership was very, very flex, and then things change and stuff. But my key to success has always been that relationship building, dude, like talking with people, understanding what they want, what they need, and being a resource for them.
Well, and that's challenging to do over a phone on a cold call.
Correct.
Once
Correct.
you get a little hook,
Yep,
it gets a little easier.
Yep.
So, 2009, was that the year the Saints won?
They won a Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
who that?
Still got empty seats over there in the Smoothie King Dome.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, one of the things, especially with basketball, dude, like if it was crazy to see, because if the team was doing well, and like probably like most sports, but I will say, I think with football and probably your major market basketball teams, those games are packed no matter what.
Yeah.
When you get into the smaller markets, if that team's not doing well, it's crickets, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Crickets. And you're like, how am I going to do this? You know what I mean?
Call it what it is, it's sports. So
Right.
You're trying to sell a crappy product.
They ain't buying it. They ain't buying it. They ain't buying it. And like I said, no, and I was there for Chris Paul era. So, he was a superstar. So again, we had some good times. You know what I mean? Like he made it a lot easier. And a lot of other players as well. But to see that time when a team wasn't doing well, I mean, it was a 180. It was a total 180, dude. And you're like, wait, what do I do? I mean, because you still got numbers to hit, still got quotas. You know what I mean? So that's when you really got to lean in. Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's when you calling your big dogs. Hey, man, you got any money you need to get off real quick?
I got a deal on a suite.
I got a deal on a suite. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. You know what I mean?
So what made you decide to leave the Hornets?
I knew sports wasn't where I wanted to land.
Did you move up some?
I mean, just an account executive. I mean, but that's when that was the plan. I mean, but I knew that wasn't.
Well, I mean, was there a path to continue with the organization?
So one thing about like sports, like if you really want to make it, you're going to hop teams.
Right.
You're going to go. So you may go work. Yeah, I may be an account executive for the Hornets, and then I may go work in Miami and sell hockey to be a manager. Then I may work in Kansas to be a director. I mean, I knew that wasn't my plan. I knew.
Got it.
And like I said, I love sports. Let me take that back. I like sports. I love New Orleans teams.
Oh, yeah.
So my Saints, my Hornets, who are now the Pelicans, love that's my diehards.
Do you have Pelican season tickets?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they went up 60% for no reason.
Okay.
Yeah, a whole nother story. But anyway.
Clearly not selling for them.
Yeah.
All right. So you decided you didn't want to stay in that career, but found a niche in sales. Is that correct?
Yes. I found my passion in sales. I always say for the longest, I think I didn't know. I think I'm good at a lot of things, but what was that one thing I'm great at, right? Or that I truly find a passion, and that's sales. I love sales. I love the idea of meeting new people. I love talking with people. Who would ever thought getting those D's and F behaviors would bring me to my career that I have now?
Yeah.
Talking, you know what I mean? And I knew I wanted to do something different. I knew I wanted to try something else. One thing I will say about sales, I love trying to challenge myself with it, right? Like, if I can't get Dr. George to write, and I get you the right one, I'm like, okay, I did. Now I'm talking.
In there.
Yeah,
doors open.
That's when I'm
crack.
And it's like that's when I'm like, that excites me.
Okay.
That moves me. That makes me like, damn, I got this. You know what I mean? So, a good friend of mine again used to do pharmaceutical sales, and be honest with you, it probably was the glitz and glam that first attracted me. Company car, expense account, you wear a suit every day. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing lunches, and, you got dinners at 5-star restaurants. I'm like, damn, man, I like this. You know what I mean? I like this. And when I first started interviewing, they're like, okay, you have the science side, but you have no sales experience. That's really why when I took the job at the Horns, I was like, okay, I need to go sales experience. So then got on, like I said, my first company, and good run. It was but also one thing about this industry, pharmaceutical industry, is that it's a lot of layoffs, a lot of turnover, so you got to kind of plan for that. And
so what were you selling, or who'd you go to work for first?
For Warner Chilcott.
Okay.
Where I launched the Telvia for osteoporosis. I had low estrogen birth control, a Nablex cream for Nablex for reactive bladder, and estrase cream for vaginal dryness.
Okay.
Yeah. All
right.
Tapped every little box.
See, that's a pretty, as I learned from my bride.
Yes.
Well, that's what's in your bag.
That's in my bag. That was in my bag. You are correct. Yes.
It's got some diversity in that bag.
Yes, that was in my bag. So I called them OB-GYNs, and that was in my bag. And, it was a good time. It taught me a lot.
So you started out calling on OB-GYNs.
Yep.
Okay.
Who were very nice. I always say probably some of the nicest call points I've ever had. I've been doing pharma now for 15 or 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they were probably some of the nicest people.
I can see that.
They were usually, you might have, like anything, you got one or two are douchebags. But
I was going to make a comment earlier, but, the doctors, getting into the pharmaceutical stuff with you, just in the sales, the consolidation of the industry, and you may hit on this, I feel like the doctors aren't any different than you. You've got, I got to make X amount of calls a day. Well, they got to see
X amount of patients.
50 patients or whatever that is. And there's no personal relationship unless you're willing to pay for it, which, some people do. And then some people can create that environment. I feel like some of them is just turn and burn. And
that's the hardest part about the way the pharmaceuticals have become, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even medicine in general. It's a business, right? So and that's the hardest part to, I think, accept. And while now, almost 20 years in it, I get it, but it's a business. And, insurance companies they cut their reimbursements, Medicare does this, blah, 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 blah. But they're trained in school now. You got 8 minutes per patient. You got 8 minutes.
Really? I didn't know that.
They want you to talk about, so many offices where, dude, they literally, you got one thing to talk about. You can't come there playing with problem B and C because your appointment's for problem A.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man, because it's by the time you say you're warm and fuzzies and ask how the dog and the kids are,
you're done.
You take some deep breaths. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
That's sad to me.
It's crazy,
that's not
man.
what an internal medicine doctor especially is supposed to be.
It's crazy, dude.
All right. So you did the OB-GYN thing for how long?
2 and some change.
Okay.
Got laid off.
Okay.
Got laid off.
I know that's prevalent in that industry.
Dude, it's so high.
That's just like board level, right? All right, we got to slash 10%.
It's going to happen. And that's the thing I tell anybody when they talk about wanting to get into pharmaceuticals. You have to understand you're going to get laid off once, if not twice, if not 3 times. Like it's going to happen. The question is just when. And
were you performing?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're performing. You can be number 1 on 100. Doesn't matter. My last company.
See, that's just asinine.
My last company, I got laid off. I was number 8 in the company. Got laid off.
You were what?
Number 8. My last company, before my current company, I was number 8 in the company when I got laid off.
So, does it have anything to do with, the drug you're selling, or quote unquote, what's in the bag?
It could be, the patent get ready to expire. We're downsizing the sales force. It could be they're just reshaping the maps for the geographies where it's like, okay, we can white space or shrink this part and combine that territory to 3 other territories and make, again, saving money that way. But it's the science behind how, dude, I have no idea. But like I said,
it's just going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Okay.
You better be prepared. And that's the thing I will say, dude. I didn't realize when I first got laid off, I sold my personal car, got a company car, don't need a car anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing
what kind of car did you have? What kind of company car?
Oh, Toyota. No, I had a Taurus at that point.
A Taurus?
Yep.
Ford Taurus.
Ford
okay.
Taurus. Yep. White Ford Taurus.
Stephanie had a minivan.
Okay, nice.
When we met.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nothing like a minivan.
Well, it's kind of a minivan. The Chrysler Pacifica.
But those are nice, though, dude. They are nice, though.
Man.
They are nice, though, dude. Like, they're nice.
Out of the gate, I kind of, I'm a car guy. I looked at her funny. And I'm like, God, she is so gorgeous, but what in the
hell is she?
Yeah, I mean, what is this? Anyway, I digress.
I literally took Travis. I took Travis yesterday to buy a new minivan for him for work yesterday. Literally in Pensacola.
If I come to your house and see a minivan, y'all are
not at our house, but at his office, you will definitely see a
well, I get that.
Bunch of minivans.
We get into what Travis does. If I get Travis here sober and he'll actually talk, I'd love to interview him.
No, you probably know he can't be sober. Probably.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
I'm not gonna cut it out. He's a quiet little man.
He is. Until he gets going.
Until he gets a couple drinks in him, then chatty Cathy.
When the cab starts flowing, he starts a going.
We did speak offline. We can't make fun of Travis.
No, he's something just don't talk bad about him.
Okay,
so.
no, that's a compliment.
Yeah,
he's based on what he does. Most people in that industry are quiet,
very quiet. So, yes, and that is probably he's very monotone.
You had a Ford Taurus. Mm-hmm. Now you have no car because I took it back. Yeah.
So that's the thing.
I learned that too with my wife.
Oh, yeah.
Like immediately come get your car.
Yeah. We'll be back. If you get laid off on a Thursday, they come. You might have it to Monday at best. They come and get that car, bro. They come and get that. Put your computer in it, your car, your gas card, your credit card. Just leave it on the car. We'll get it.
That's hilarious. It's not funny.
They come get it.
And I'm sure. So it was the first time you had not come to terms with how this works. So
I was
a little disappointed.
Yeah, dude. I didn't plan it. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're saving a little money. Don't get me wrong, but it's like now I gotta go scramble and buy a car, and I gotta buy before.
Was it totally out of the blue for you?
At that point, yes, because I didn't know how to read the signs.
Got it.
Now I know. Okay, again, a lot of times the writing is. I will give these companies credit. A lot of times the writing is on the wall. Mm-hmm. You just got to read the wall. You got to read the wall.
Pay attention to it.
You got to pay attention because it's there. You can start seeing it, man. Like I said, they start cutting lunch budgets first. Then they start, they start cutting this. And then it's like, you start hearing rumbles. Like, all right, well, now. So, now I'm like, all right, I can tell now.
So I'll go ahead and ask this because Stephanie rolled out about the time that I remember she came home. I don't think we were married yet. I know we weren't. But, they had, I guess, regulated it down to the point, and this would have been 2008 maybe, where she couldn't even give a pen out.
You can't.
Like a big pen with your logo on it. Is that today still?
Still can't.
Okay.
And dude, I wish, let me say this.
Can you bring goodies or lunch? Or
you can bring lunches, you can bring snacks, but now, dude, these companies are so scared. It's legal is such on their ass. You can't, before anything, we have to go through what they call MAC approval, right? So it's so before anything can ever hit the streets, it goes through 10 steps of legal regulation.
Are you talking about swag or
nothing about just a leave behind like that? I'm saying, hey, Dr. George, this is for you to read and keep.
Okay.
It's insane.
Like an informational
pamphlet. It's 10 steps before. We'll have a new indication, and they're like, well, when's the literature? Oh, we're waiting on MAC. 3 months later, we get it. And you're like, well, okay, we ain't even new no more.
Yeah.
But it's just that many steps to get it through. And I always say this, dude. If I wish a pen would dictate what my doctors did, I swear I wish it did. Because I would only win chairman's awards at that point. I would only win presidents. That pen, I'm pretty sure is not the golf trips, the fishing trips. I get it. I understand that part of it. Yo, that's a little, we got to cut something. I get it. But me giving you a pen, I feel it's no different than me coming to visit you, me coming to your office once a week.
Yeah.
Because every time I come to your office, I'm going to still say, hey, I'm Charles. This is my product. This is my company. So whether I remind you that way or I remind you with a pen, I'm still going to remind you. And now, we teach what they call hyper-focusing. So you'll pick 10 targets and pretty much live with them. So you're there every week. So it's almost the same principle. I mean, it's I'm not giving you anything, but I'm in your face every week.
Yeah.
for 3 months. I mean,
You're selling, which probably, I mean, if my team listens to this, they say, what a hypocrite, because I don't believe in the swag stuff at all in our industry.
Well, no, but that's what I don't believe. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if I give you
it's not going to convince you to write this drug.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That pen is not going to make a difference. It's really not. Yeah. So whether I give you a pen or whether I don't believe it's going to make a difference. So my things, I don't know why we can't give them, because I'm like, it's not going to make a difference, bro. Like they're seeing primary care space. I mean, they're seeing, I mean, used to now, because everything's, again, they've cut for so much of us even coming into the offices. Primary care doctor might have seen 15 reps a day, 15 reps.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, yeah, if I gave you a pen, you gave her a pen, she gave him a pen, she gave him a pen, so,
15 pens.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, all right, I'm just grabbing a pen or a pen I want. Yeah. I mean, but.
So, all right, where'd you go after your first layoff?
That's when I moved here.
Okay. What were you selling?
DME, durable medical equipment.
Oh, you went to the equipment side.
Yep. So oxygen, nebulizers, feeding tubes.
Okay.
Hated that.
Were you selling to hospitals?
No, offices. Offices. I would like charge nurses and stuff, talk with like discharge nurses and stuff.
Okay.
But I didn't really go into the hospital too much.
Okay.
I hated that job.
All right. How long did you sell that stuff?
God, dude, almost 2 years. I hated that job. Oh my God. It was horrible. Anyway, but almost 2 years.
What was so bad about
it? It was. So one thing about pharma, right? So it's like when you get into pharma and you're trying to figure out what's next, right? So you're talking to like different people. You're trying to. So you tell me you may talk to a medical device rep, and they're like, "Oh, don't stay in pharma too long. You kind of want to get in and get your experience, because at that point you got medical experience, and get out." Because I really thought maybe I wanted to go like surgical equipment, your pacemakers and stuff like that. But
do you have to go into surgery for those?
For like that, yeah, you want to OR for that, yeah.
Did you ever want to do something like that?
I did, but then I realized like those guys take call. I'm like I don't want to drive. Like living in Destin, you may be on call in Tallahassee for a weekend.
Yeah.
And so either you end up staying in Tallahassee, or you got to be there like an hour and a half, hour. So it's like, so most times at that point, you just staying in Tallahassee. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. I mean, so it'd
be very inconvenient for the nightlife.
100%.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, that ain't gonna work for me.
Okay.
So I stayed there almost 2 years, and then I got back in pharma.
Okay.
And that my next company was a good situation. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, again, I was performing well. Did all the boxes were checked. They were moving, progressing me up, moving me up the ladder, doing the different, regional field trainer, doing this, working with new hires, reps not performing well, doing all that good stuff.
Did you ever manage people?
No, I don't want to do that either.
Okay.
Don't want to be a district. No.
The pickiness isn't limited to
it's
eating
not limited
out
to
there,
food,
folks.
Bro. Listen to me. It is, I don't know. This is my thing. I always say I don't mind being a manager, but to be a district manager, in my opinion, so you have reps, right? So we're out in the street, right? We're talking with these providers. We're hearing what's going on. You got corporate, right, who have probably not been in the field in 5 years or longer, and they're telling these district managers, you need to get your reps to do this. And we have reps like, yeah, bro, that's not going to work. And as a district manager, I got to buy into that, right? I got to buy into making my people believe this. And I don't think I'm wired that way. I don't think I'm wired
yeah, especially if you don't believe it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like my current product, I've supported this brand for a long time because I believe in it.
Okay.
I believe in the product. I believe in the company. I believe what we're doing to help save patients' lives, right? So for me, even when these days get tough, I can look back and say, okay, I know why I'm dealing with these headaches.
It's more than money. You're making
it is.
You feel like you're making a difference.
Dude, 100%. And that's the part where I get torn. You wonder, like, how can you make a difference in the world, right? Like, how can you say my time on earth was meaningful, right? There was, yes, my spouse, yes, my kids, all that stuff, of course, my family. But, from a professional standpoint, like, how can I make a difference, right? And I do believe what I do, the products that I promote now are saving lives. they are making a difference in the cardiovascular space. So for me, I fight the fight every day, and I've been supporting this brand for almost 9 years.
So is this where you were, or where?
No, that's where I currently am.
Right, I got that, but you got out of the device space or whatever. Where'd you go?
Then I went to Valiant.
Okay, what was that?
So
what was in your bag?
So at that point, I had Bupap for tension headaches, Tussie Cap for cough and cold, Dexpac the corticosteroid, and Wellbutrin.
Yeah, are they always that diverse?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
but when you're dealing with the smaller companies, they usually are.
Yeah,
because I believe the financial resources are not there.
So is it better for you or worse that you have more product?
Or
more diverse product?
Well, I think it depends on. So if I ask now, no, I love having 1 or 2 items in my bag, and that's it.
Okay.
Because I can really hone in and focus on what I need to do, right? So like when I was in my last company, all those different products, I called on psychiatry, I called on peds, I called on primary care internal medicine. That's a lot.
Yeah, you're calling on everybody.
So that's a psych for Wellbutrin. So that was a lot to learn, a lot to, you're trying to learn all this stuff. And while I think I'm a pretty small guy, I don't know it all, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm trying to cross all these different people. I mean, you're like, wait, hold on. You start losing it. Like, wait,
Yeah, what am I selling?
Right. It's like, what am I going here for? Like, okay, so I'm going here because they need this one and that one need this one. It's just like, you're trying to figure it out. It was just a lot. But, again, wasn't a bad company, again, but you know what? Got laid off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we at timeline here?
So that was.
And you're here, right?
I'm here. I'm living in Destin. So that was. God, let me think. Hold on. Let's do some math. What year are we in? That was 2016.
Okay.
That was 2016. I got on Amgen in 2017. So that was 2016.
You got on who?
With Amgen, my current company.
Okay. So you've been with them since
2017.
Because we met somewhere in there.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, all right. So you're doing
Repatha.
Okay.
So for your patients at risk for another cardiovascular event, that's the only.
Wait, what was that?
For your patients at risk for another cardiovascular event.
Another.
Yes.
Like
so
somebody's had a stroke or something.
Once they had boom, and then once you had a heart attack or a stroke, elevated LDLs, right? So that's your bad cholesterol, which you're at risk for, right? So that's when the plaques in the arteries and it erupts. You have these events, and now we have a problem. So bottom line, Repatha helps lower your LDL-C.
Okay.
So, again, so now we talk about.
I've heard that on some of these commercials.
We got a lot of commercials, man. TV's heavy, dude. TV's heavy, man. We're rolling right now.
Do you believe in that?
So I do believe in it. I do.
No, not the drug, the TV.
I'm gonna say yes, only because when just like you said it, you said you saw the TV commercial. It did its job. It did its part, right? Now, again, how much further do people know about it? That's a different story. But they've seen Repatha commercials. So I do think at that aspect, part of it's checked. If I have to really think, and again, it's Repatha's, right? So your LDL cholesterol, that's usually something that happens when you're a little bit older, right? So if I had my way, I would get these social media people. I would. You get these influencers, you get these celebrities, and you get them to blast it out. And
probably listen to Rogan too much, but he makes the point we're one of the only countries that allows commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. I sit there and I'm like, oh, well, I may have that. At least prompt, my mind, ask my doctor about it. I guess I don't see the problem with it. I have more big picture.
No, yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Industry as a whole, but
and I don't know. I don't know what the answer. Like I said, again, I think I don't know what I would love to know. I guess about the marketing advertisement team. I don't know. Even I would love to see how do they decide when you do TV, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. I don't know if people gather it more than just, oh, I saw the Repatha commercial. I saw the red heart on there. Like, do they go deeper than that? Or I just saw a commercial when I was watching between a football game or, or on Lifetime. So I don't know. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm sure they got data to track
correct.
something.
Right. I'm sure there's science and there are numbers behind it. Say this when we air it, this is why, this channels. Yeah, I'm sure they got this whole that they come up with. But that's way above my pay grade.
Yeah.
I just sell drugs.
Well, there's. I think there is part of pharma that is necessary, and if your drug has saved 100 people and maybe there's one at risk,
correct.
Okay, but there's got to be. It's not going to be perfect for everybody, and there's probably going to be side effects in some aspect. Now, if you listen to some of those disclaimers in the commercial,
dude, it's crazy.
It's like
that's the whole commercial.
I'd never take this shit.
It's like you got a 30-second commercial and 20 seconds of this could happen. Yeah. You're like, well, damn, man, like what, like why I'm taking this? You know what I mean? Like,
well, I also think, and this is nothing against what you're selling, but because I'm just familiar personally from it, I do think some of these doctors, like you said, 8 minutes. Okay, your LDL is high. Okay, here's the drug. It's going to work. Okay, well, my good cholesterol is good. My bad cholesterol is bad. Mm-hmm. And I got a scores test and my heart is perfect. Mm-hmm. I got 0. Now, my doctor said I'm special and anomaly, and I told him I know. No. But
we all know you're special, George.
Exactly. But in this aspect, I'm really special. But, I guess going back to the care, mm-hmm. It's hard for them when you've got to make your numbers. They've got to make their numbers. Mm-hmm. It's all number driven. It's hard for you to really evaluate a human because it's not just that.
Correct.
It could be a multitude
100%,
of things.
dude. 100%.
Anyway, I think, and you've probably seen it too, post-COVID, a lot of people are a little more critical. So let's talk about that. Okay. You're passionate about what you sell. Mm-hmm. You feel like you're making a difference, mm-hmm. and I think you are. How was COVID for Charles?
One of my best sales years ever for sales.
Really?
Yeah. Seriously. When I really thought I was going to lose, I was like, okay, I'm getting laid off like this. I'm like, here we go again. You know what I mean? Like,
2020 or 21?
Probably was 21.
Yeah.
Probably because at that point we're in it. We're working virtual.
You were totally virtual?
Mm-hmm. We were totally virtual.
Even in Florida?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And my
crazy.
Yeah, we were totally virtual for a while. Not for a while, but we were virtual.
So how'd you make a sales call?
Video. So we would call.
Would the doctors take the time?
So that's when it's all about lunches. So that's the great thing. So we could still send lunches.
Okay. Would you DoorDash it?
Yep. So like we would literally get it delivered through catering apps and stuff like that. Go company like stores, website and stuff, and get the food delivered.
Okay.
But we would work. We did virtual for a while, and then we would do lunch. But at that point, even the offices knew. So I think, again, they had to change their game too, because they would know, okay, like they may say, okay, we got 3 appointments a day for reps. Mm-hmm. We got a 10, a 12, and then a 2. So you, like I said, you might call that Monday, like I say, it was a lot of just calling. So you would call, hey, what's y'all schedule for the week? Mm-hmm. And then you would do, like I said, okay, I can do an appointment here. I would do lunch here. But I mean, I think the good part about it was the providers had more time, because they weren't seeing 50 patients a day. Mm-hmm. Now you're seeing 15 or 20. So you got a lot more time on your schedule now. So I can sit down and talk with you. Not all over computers, but like, hey, what's going on? How can we help? We're really uncovering what's the problem. Why are you not using this product? And it was a situation that, I really thought, because it was my worst year ever, I really thought, like, God, this is going to be horrible. Being one of my best years ever.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, buddy. I won sales awards and all that good stuff, all type of contests and everything. Good stuff. Nice. It really was, man. And I wouldn't.
And you've got the same drug today?
Same drug.
Okay.
Same drug, dude. Now, so this is the thing. So I've had, with my current company, I've always had 2 products in my bag until most recently, where I was promoted to our cardiovascular business unit. So now I strictly have cardiology and endocrinology, and I only support 1 product right now. Now that could change, of course.
Is that the same thing?
Same thing.
Okay.
So still same product, but like I said, just more of a refined, divine, whatever you want.
So are you just calling on cardiologists
and endocrinologists?
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Makes the list a lot shorter.
It does, and territory is bigger, but list a lot smaller.
Do you like that more or less?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
This is new?
Because of course I had to go. Crazy part about it was, for a product I've been supporting for almost 9 years, I had to go back to training.
What?
Had to go back to training. Yeah.
Why?
That's the question that's a question that none of us at Amgen know. So none of us.
Did you learn anything?
Yes, a lot.
Okay.
So much.
Are you smiling because you're worried, somebody on their board's going to see this or something?
So much. I learned so much.
Okay.
Yes, I had to go.
All right.
I had to go through about 3 months of training.
Did you have to try leave here?
Yeah, they had to go to home office for a week.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
All
where I
right.
was the second week in July.
Okay.
Out in California for a week.
So you have this new plethora of information about this product that you've had for 9 years.
Yes.
Okay.
All new and exciting.
Crushing it.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Did
that training make an impact?
Huge.
Okay.
Monumental.
Okay. I can tell.
It was the best week
So
I think I could ever have.
Sales wise, post TV interviews with doctors, has it changed with COVID?
Yes.
Post COVID?
Yes, a lot. The doors used to be wide open for us, not anymore.
You think they use that as an excuse to
100%.
avoid you guys?
100%. 1,000,000%, dude.
Okay.
1,000,000%. Like, especially the big systems.
We got used to these doors getting shut, so we're just going to leave them shut.
That was the whole point. And it's like they were closed during COVID. It's like, we're not doing that again. And I'm not saying this, I'm saying this from what I hear from my providers. Most of them, not all, but most of them don't like it because we are the reason they get the latest information on a lot of stuff, right? So whether it's...
They don't like it being closed or
they don't like being closed.
Oh, okay.
Because they miss us coming in there educating them on the latest and greatest, right? So whether it's the latest product or whether it's label updates or whether it's samples for patients or whether it's copay cards for patients or lunch for their staff, let's call it what it is. I mean, they miss that. I always say you don't get lunch for most time for the doctors and the APPs. Yes. It's for the
get in the door, get in front of them.
It's for the people up front.
Do you think that's because of the consolidation of practices to the big hospitals?
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Like you able to call on people at Sacred Heart?
No. Depends on the location.
Got it.
A lot of it is, dude, and seriously, like a lot of it is the smaller satellite offices usually will work stuff around.
Well, who doesn't like free lunch?
That part. They will usually make stuff work. The big medical office building attached to the hospital, usually not.
Got it.
But like I said, yeah, I can go to Gulf Breeze to go to Baptist, satellite office. And yeah, we do lunches there.
Yeah.
But I go to main campus in Pensacola. No, it's not happening.
Oh, nice.
So it's just...
most cardiologists are...
They rotate a lot.
Right, but they're not... They're in a hospital on rotation, but most of them have offices outside of a hospital.
But it's still usually tied to the hospital.
Yeah.
So
it's in that big building.
So like Baptist, I call on 4 different Baptist offices that are all cardiology. And usually those cardiologists rotate. Like 3 in Pensacola, just in different areas. Well, 2 in Pensacola, 1 in Pace, and then 1 in Gulf Breeze.
Mm-hmm.
So same doctors that all tied to Baptist, they just rotate.
Move to the office.
Just rotate around.
Got
so
it.
that's you just got to find. That's probably been the biggest challenge, I think, coming to this position versus primary care internal medicine. Those doctors usually they're put, like, this is my office. This is whether you're at a hospital or not. They only have one location they're dealing with. These cardiologists and endocrinologists, they bounce.
You're probably calling these guys before, right?
The cards or the primary care?
The cardiologists. And then,
So no, I've called them endocrinology before. I never called them cardiologists until this.
So are you like starting from square one with the gatekeepers, kind of?
Most of them.
Huh.
The only good thing is a lot of staff. It's a lot in medical offices. A lot of turnover in staff.
Yeah.
So you just like today, I was at an endocrinology office, and literally the office manager at a primary care office is now working as a nurse in this endocrinology office. Like, what you doing? You know what I mean? So just so
friendly face.
Yeah. So you usually end up seeing, especially as time goes on. Like I said, a lot of times these people are not staying. They're usually hopping and flopping and dipping and flipping. So you got it. But
that's unfortunate.
But
I like people to stay with me for a long time.
I know. I would love it. Well, the problem I feel with it is like, so you'll get to know a nurse, right? You get to know her, you start building that rapport with him or her. You start, hey, call me if you have any questions. Let me be a resource to you. You lay all out, you do all the groundwork, and then 2 months later, they're gone.
Next Tuesday, they're gone.
What the fuck, man?
Not funny, but
bro, I know you're like,
true.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're like, damn. Like, I didn't nurse this. I didn't put all the time in. Taught you, like, always say, look, let's sit down. Let's talk. This is what you need to do to get the product approved. Look for these things. Do this. Do that. And they're like, okay, to get 1 or 2 through. And you're like, yes, we're good. They're gone. I'm like, God damn. Like, come on, y'all. Shit. So just, what I mean? But just like, hey. But
what is your territory?
Pensacola to Panama City. Of course, north of I-10, so Crestview, the Phoenix, and then I now have Lower Alabama.
Okay.
So Dothan, Enterprise, Troy, Andalusia.
Okay.
So yeah. So
all right.
It works out because I get to
It's not that bad.
It's not 2 hours max. And when I not having a house in Alabama, I go to Alabama too.
Okay.
So it all works out.
You still got that house in Alabama?
Still have it.
Okay.
Still have it.
Well, that's a good segue into family.
Okay. All right.
How long ago did you meet your spouse?
So Travis and I met, God, I should know this, right? I think 2011.
Okay.
I think 2011.
When did y'all get married?
2019.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be 2011, 2011, 2019. Cause
it was a long courtship.
Well, he turned me down a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He did. He turned me down. First time we're going across the Mid-Bay Bridge.
Very romantic.
Which he regrets. That's what he said. That wasn't romantic. You got to ask me the right way. I'm like, look, bro. Let's just go get married, dude. Now he'll tell you now, because the plan was, I said, let's just go to courthouse tomorrow and go get married. And looking back, he's like, damn, I should have said yes the first time. we would have saved a lot of money.
A lot of money on that wedding? I've heard about that wedding.
We'd have saved a lot of money on that wedding if we would have just went to the courthouse the first time. But anyway.
So you want to share what Travis does? We won't harp on it.
No, it's right. Travis owns Davis Watkins Funeral Homes, where he is the owner, operator, and a licensed funeral director. So he does everything. So whether
he's the undertaker.
He's the undertaker. He embalms. He picks up bodies. Not doesn't pick up bodies much anymore, but he's embalmed. He's works services. He answers the phone. So and amazing human being. But where I was going is, what point did you two decide to adopt, and why? So, and I hate saying it because it sounds mean, but I promise you it's not. Travis and I both, we love our babies. I love those children with all my heart. But we're not like we need to have 10. Like we didn't feel the need to we gotta have no, you can tell these are my children. So we didn't feel the need for surrogacy. We didn't feel like I don't need to spend $75,000 a child when there's children out here that need good homes.
Yep.
We felt
that's a great way to live. I've never heard you say that.
We felt we're blessed. And if we could pass those blessings on to someone that may not have the opportunity and give them a loving home, hopefully a good upbringing. That's what the kids say when they get older. That meant more to us.
We're all working hard at that.
I mean, bro, it's like,
okay.
That meant more to us than my child being from my sperm.
Okay.
And you can say sperm, right? I mean,
yeah, it's fine. We already learned to eat.
right. So
we already got the explicit taken care of.
All right, you sound like John.
It doesn't matter at this point.
You know what I mean? So I'm like,
every one of my episodes has an explicit on it. So yeah, it's what? Yeah, I'm actually being pretty good today. Surprised that I'm talking to you.
Can we say that? I know, right? Yeah. That's why I was like, oh shit, what are you gonna say now?
So I did. This intrigues me, just because of I've talked to a lot of people who ended up going, in some cases, out of the country because it was a passion. Knowing you guys, I know you're passionate about it, but it's cool why you did it. But you ended up finding you were searching for one, right?
So I always wanted one child. So I've always said I wanted one child, no matter what. My whole dating life, I never felt the need to have all. I just didn't feel the need to have all these kids. That was just never my thing.
We only got 2.
I know that's a lot. Never felt.
So do I. I'm not judging. I stopped at 2.
Never felt the need to have all these kids. But one thing I will give Travis credit for, and living it, it makes sense. It really does. Because the thing was, there's going to come a day when we have to sit down with our kids and unpack stuff with them, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you're adopted. you have two dads, two interracial couple. Like it's a lot we gotta unpack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've always said at least we know because they are biological siblings. We said that they will have each other. No matter what happens, no matter how they feel about us, you can lean on your sibling. And that's not, and yes, we would hope even if they weren't biological siblings that they would love each other as biological. But we know for sure by blood, by legal, everything, they're biological siblings. So that meant we thought no, they would have each other. And then selfishly, funny, we want them to entertain each other sometimes.
Sure.
Like give us a break. And they do. They most times they play well together. So it gives us, they build their relationships and we get to rest. We get to sleep. So
Did you intend to adopt siblings or did you always want to?
No,
or just
we were shoot. So,
companions?
so like when you do this, right? So like, it was like a 2-year process for us, right? So,
yeah.
So like one thing they tell you, like you have to be honest with yourself, right? On what you can handle, what you want, what you can handle. Like you have to be honest with yourself. And it's some tough question you gotta kind of ask yourself, right? Like, sexual abuse, right? I couldn't handle that. I can't handle like someone touching my children inappropriately. I couldn't deal with that.
But you're talking about what has happened to the kid
already
up to
correct
this
because
point. Yeah,
because we were not planning on adopting kids this young.
Yeah,
our plan was literally like 4 to 7. Because we want you potty trained, kind of like I said, we want to check a lot of those boxes. We're like, bro, like we're not those people. Like I kind of want you to like come here like ready to go. Like it was like let's get this show on the road.
You're not picking out a train.
I know,
puppy,
bro.
Charles.
I know, bro. So it's like but when you
Can I interject real quick and tell a quick story?
Yes,
just for everybody out there, and I don't know if Abby knows this. We had dinner the night before they were going to pick up these 2 beautiful little children who are amazing. And I left that dinner and told my wife, those 2 are fucked. They have no idea. They're going to go pick up an 18-month-old and a 6-month-old.
Yep.
And you did it.
The night before.
So for everybody out there listening, credit to you.
And thank you. And
But so kind of back to the story, how did that come about? Because I didn't know if y'all intended to get siblings.
We wanted 2.
Yeah.
And we wanted to kind of do it at the same time, I think, more than anything.
So that could or was an option if possible?
Well, so I think we probably could have done it separately, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But they were in the same placement. So at that point, it was like kind of all or none. And that worked. It was fine.
Yeah.
We didn't have a problem. But it was like, okay, this is happening.
Meant to be.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. We had been up for one child and we had been up for siblings. We had been up for both. Because like I said, one thing I will say, I think we were very flexible on how our kids were going to look, right? I'm talking about from everything, right? Whether it's age, whether it was gender, whether it was race, but we were very flexible on it, right? So, we were up for 2 kids in Crestview one time. We were up for 1 kid in St. Louis. It was just 2 girls in Mobile, like just like kind of just like, all right, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. Let the chips fall where they may. But we knew we did agree, like if we had our way, like I said, you put this list together. We wanted siblings, we wanted biological siblings, we wanted 2. But like I said, your age, like we put 0 to 7, like you kind of put a wide spectrum in.
Yeah.
It, but
you got to cast
a wide net,
decent net.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you don't know what's gonna stick. You know what I mean? And that was the craziest part, man. Like I always said, God is everything, man. And you don't understand it when you're going through it. We weren't renewing our paperwork. Like we were done because we tried private and state adoption.
What's the difference?
So private, it's usually your babies, right? That's usually your teenage moms who's saying, okay, I'm 15. I can't raise this kid.
Okay.
I'm going to put it up for adoption, right?
But they don't go to the state to do that?
Mm-mm. Well, you can, but or you can go to a private adoption firm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
and
I was
usually,
like,
and well, usually
you put it out there on eBay. I mean, what's going on?
Look, I wouldn't be surprised now, but no. So but a lot of times, like
Highest bidder.
bro. But these girls, they can get recouped. They can make money.
Through the private.
Through the private adoption.
Yeah,
But when we were doing this, we were like, okay, we're gonna leave every option open. We don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm not joking. There might have been our paperwork might have expired 2 weeks before we found out we matched. I mean, it was close to, and we were like
2 weeks from.
Yeah, like when they found, cause like so
once
like
it expires, you gotta go through the whole process again.
Yeah, you have to all like not the paperwork, but they got to do like your home study. Because so you do a home study, right? So it's like you take the courses, which we did private, because if you go to the state, it's like 8-9 weeks, and you can't miss a week. And if you miss a week, I was like, yeah, we're not gonna ever finish that. Like our schedules don't allow that. So we did that private. We did a home study private.
What is that? They come to your house?
They come to your house. So like you fill all this paperwork. You do all you send your references out. So like both of our moms fill out a reference. You have to get a neighbor reference, a friend reference. Like,
so did Burnt Pine work out?
So who did it in Burnt Pine? I'm trying to think. No, I'll tell you.
You were there when you adopted the kids.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. No, but one of our neighbors, I'm trying to think what neighbor did it. What's it?
We had left, hadn't we?
Yeah, y'all weren't there. It was either Rita or Lori. One of them did it. One of them did our reference for the name. Okay. But anyway,
there's plenty of people do it.
I
was just joking about where you were.
It's just crazy stuff because you're like, we got to do all this stuff. But yeah, we're about 2 weeks out doing. We're like, we're done with this shit. This is crazy. And the crazy part about it was, as we talk about you mentioned Burnt Pine. 2 kids that were up for adoption. The first 2 kids we were up to adopt, we didn't match with. They moved these kids to South Florida from Crestview, right? So then we were up. So let's say a year goes by, a year and some change.
When you say you didn't match with, is that who makes that determination?
So again, it's a computer system, it's an algorithm.
Okay.
So you fill all this paperwork, they put your data and your information into the system. And for you to be a potential match, you had to at least be a 90% match, right? So if you're a 90% match, at that point, you're a potential match.
Is this like your criteria and their criteria?
It's harder for the younger kid, but the older kid, they ask questions. Okay. What are you looking for? What do you want? So we were potential match those first 2 kids. They didn't pick us. Time goes by. 2 girls, I think they were in an automobile. And I really thought these girls are like, this is it. They were kind of like, 3 to 5, beautiful little girls. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I remember we were in Chicago and we started buying gifts for them and stuff. We didn't match. Broke my heart. They called us probably, it might have been the next day. And we're like, hey, remember those first 2 we talked about? And we're like, yeah. Well, they're up back for adoption again. We're like, what? Well, their placement didn't work out. And we're like, well, you moved them from Crestview to South Florida. Let's start there. It's a little bit of a different scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, at that point, I'm like, I'm a big believer. If I ain't the first choice, I'm not the choice. And that I'm fine with that. Like I said, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. So I'm like, hey, no, we didn't match. We're good. Well, in true Travis fashion, he's a much nicer person than I am. He's like, look, let's talk about it. Can we get back with you over the weekend? No, next week. So I'm like, nah, bro, we're good. We're done. He asked them, he's like, so why didn't we match the first time? Like Charles has to know, why didn't we match? And funny, and everything I love, as I raise my hand to the Lord above, they said, it would have been too much of a shock for them. And her exact words was, "You have too much money for," and I say that people are not saying that we're not, but they were just saying it was too much of a shock for them. And
to put in context, and just because I know this part, they were in a trailer park.
They were in a trailer. Yes, they were in a trailer park with no floors, no doors, and they were like, it would have been too much of a shock to bring them to a house where they have their own rooms. And we're kind of like, isn't that the point of this?
Yeah.
Because anyone who we're going to probably end up adopting is probably not going to they're probably going to come from a little bit of a different background.
Yeah.
A lifestyle, let me say that. So it was a very unsettling situation for me. I don't know, like at this, that did not sit well with me. I don't, to this day.
That bothered you.
It does, because I'm just like, that's the whole purpose of this, I don't want to say experiment, of this experience.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not an experiment
correct.
anymore.
I couldn't make it
If
work.
it is, you're
Yeah.
doing a good job.
The purpose of this experience,
I'll give you that, okay?
is to give someone a better opportunity. I mean, I've had that opportunity, you know? And like I said, again, our babies, it's the best thing we could ever ask for. Like, like I said, you don't understand when you're going through it. You don't. You really, and as I've talked to people about this, I just try to preach patience. Because a lot of time when we thought this was it, we're like, okay, we're good. It wasn't. And you couldn't tell me my babies are not my babies. Like, that's my heart. Like, those little rugrats, it's something about them. They touch me in a way. They're teaching me patience, because I don't have a lot of that, but they're teaching it to me. And you couldn't tell Travis and I, those not our kids. Like they didn't come from me. Like, you couldn't tell me that those are not my children. And even Travis being of a different race, I'd say he's a much better dad than I am. Like, his patience with them is it's insane. Because I know, like, I would gladly say, like, I'm going to walk outside for a little bit, you know, like,
sometimes you need to go walk.
And I'm like,
take a walk.
and I know myself. You know,
That's
like,
okay.
I'm going to take a walk, and he can handle it like no other. And to see that with him gives me a deeper love from him, but definitely, you know, you wonder, like, did you the right partner? And, you know, you all this, like, is this the right person? You know, like, and I know for sure, like I said, while we're far from perfect, we got our flaws. I know for sure, at least I picked the right dad for our children. You know what I mean? So, it's a battle, but we take it one day at a time with them.
Well, for what it's worth, you both do an incredible job.
Thank
I've
you,
seen
buddy.
you. I've seen you in action.
We have great examples.
Oh,
we have great examples. No,
they're
seriously.
amazing kids.
Thank you, buddy.
I don't care what background or environment they come from. They're yours.
Yeah.
And, it ain't easy. And it doesn't get any easier. And we're all trying on that,
Bro,
the parenting thing. But I appreciate you sharing, because it's a very cool story.
Thank you, man.
And there's people out there that hopefully listen to this and be inspired, because, I don't think it's the norm, but you literally were blessed that they were in your backyard.
100%.
Pretty much.
100%. And that's the, and that dude.
And now there's another sibling that another couple.
There's a couple
adopted that y'all still.
Yeah. So we actually
hang out some.
So we'll actually see them in 2 weeks.
Okay.
We'll actually see them in 2 weeks.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, we'll see them in 2 weeks. So like I say, they actually moved to Denver. So like I said, we're actually going.
Okay.
So we'll see them in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Literally, we'll see them in 2 weeks. So,
okay.
They have some other siblings, and Travis and I put some things that we, our plan on how we want that to look, as they get older. Excuse me, and we'll see how it shapes out.
Well,
I don't know.
Y'all are doing a good job.
Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
I mean, despite the fact the first time I saw them with a toy, they were in a new Mercedes-Benz Power Wheel. Yeah. But you're doing a great job.
Gotta make sure the baby got the best now. Gotta make sure. No, I'm just like, hey, my biggest thing is I always say, man, like, I don't think there's a problem spoiling kids. I don't. Now, there's an asterisk with it. You have to I need to know as much as a child can. Like, I think Ab and I talked about this earlier. One of my biggest concerns with living where we live, how we live, all that good stuff, is how do you find that balance, right? Mm-hmm. Of like, okay, yes, God has blessed us, and they'll be okay, but I need you to also understand, like, this isn't the norm, right? This is, you have this because Dad and Daddy work very hard. We go to work every day. You can, one thing my dad used to always say, I remember, he always say, no, you don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
I have everything. This is mine. I go to work every day. I pay the bills. I have this. You don't have it. When you get a job and start,
You have what you want.
You got it. But this is my house. You're like, no, you don't have, no, everything's in here for me. I'm just letting you use it, and I always say as a child, you don't understand that. But as an adult, you're like, I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I
struggle with that here too. Because, if you grew up in New Orleans, I don't think you grew up better than most in New Orleans, and taught what it is. And I grew up in Memphis, and I will be the first to tell you, I had a very blessed childhood, but my parents worked very hard to give us, things that other people didn't have, but you still saw it.
Correct.
It may have been across the street, but you still saw it. And I saw a bunch of bad stuff.
Correct.
And I'm very blessed to live in this beautiful area.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
But raising a child here, you're in a bubble.
You're in a bubble.
Yeah, and
you're in a bubble.
We're very blessed. There's no crime. The education's good. I mean, there's so many great things about this place. But, and then wait till they get to be teenagers. You really start questioning yourself.
I'm not ready, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
I'm going to drop Harper off over there in the Ninth Ward and see if she can get out.
No, look, and that's the thing, man. It's just like, how do you find the space where, just like you said, yes, I didn't grow up in a bad neighborhood. I had, two loving parents, a loving sister, my grandmother, like, all that good stuff. But just like you said, I still saw it.
Yeah.
So it's like one of my friends, I can remember his wife passed away, and he lives in Dallas. And again, we're from New Orleans, and he's like, my kids are not New Orleans kids. Like, they ride the school bus. Like, they don't, New Orleans, you're not, just get how you live. It's like, you better find a way to get here. And, and Dad's like, they're getting on a school bus down the street from the house. They get, it's like, so it's just like, he's like, and he ended up staying in Dallas after his wife passed, because he's like,
I'm not moving.
Yeah, he's like, my kids are, and again, it's different. My kids are a little bit younger, but his kids were older at that point. He's like, my kid's about to go to high school. He's not ready for that. Like, I mean, and you got to kind of know it, so.
We had this proud husband moment with my wife. We were outside of Savannah, Georgia, and I spent a lot of time there, but we were real close to downtown, which is beautiful. But we were, I mean, it couldn't have been 5 blocks off. And I was just driving, kind of looking around, and we were in a rough area. And the girls were in the back, and Stephanie goes, y'all look up, put those iPads down. Y'all need to look around and appreciate what you have. Mm-hmm. And I looked at her and smiled and kept driving.
Come on, girl. like that's what a woman.
I do think y'all are doing a great job, and
we're trying.
Being present as a father or parent can make up for a lot of the bubble that we live in. There's plenty of kids that are down here. They're just as blessed, but their parents aren't as near as involved as, let's say, we are with our kids.
Yeah, so, man. And it's, it's been.
If you had the formula, you wouldn't be worried about any of this shit, because no one does.
No one. Look, it's not, as I come to learn, there's no book, it's like, you think, you think, oh, I got this. I can figure this out. And as soon as you think you got it, they throw you a curveball.
Harrison throws your ass a curveball.
Dude, listen to me. Oh, bro, my little Harrison. Oh man, he's like, my mom will say, like Travis will say, they're like, that's your mini me. He's the one he's going to challenge you, and he does. He challenges me
for you
every minute, bro. If he's in my surroundings, he is challenging me, And like I said, I think it's teaching me patience. Slowly teach, but it's teaching me patience, and I needed that. I think I needed that.
It's good for you.
It is, dude. I think I needed that.
It brought some balance to you.
It's helping me in work. It's helping me at home. I really think I needed that of someone who is going to fight back, and he fights back.
Yeah,
he fights back.
Well, but hey, props to you for having that outlook.
I'm trying.
All right, so what's next? What's the next 5 years for The Alexander Watkins family, or just Charles in general? We're talking about Charles.
Career, I got to figure that part out. You're not
gonna go work at the funeral home?
No, dude, I worked there one day. Travis fired me. I never told you this story.
No.
So Travis fired me first day. So Travis does work a lot. And I'm like, you always saying you're working so blah 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 blah. I'm like, I need to come work with you. I need to come see like how's your day going. And literally get there, answer the phone. He's like, hang up. I'm like, what did I do? Like that's how you answer the phone. Because in my personality, I'm going to say,
you are so out of place.
I'm like, dude, I'm literally going to say everything.
All looks aside, your voice and energy are so out of place.
He is like, no, you say.
I didn't know this at all.
Name of the company. How may I help you? And I'm like, wait, that's no fun. Like, why would I do that? And he's like, it's not a good day. They're burying their mama. They're burying their daddy. It's not a good day. They're burying their kid. It's not a good day for them. So when I'm thinking, good morning, thank you for calling, and it's like, no, we don't do that. We don't say good morning. We don't say thank you for calling.
There are no salutations of energy at all.
It's not. It's very monotone. And like I say, I never thought about it like that. I work a funeral. I'm crying with the family. Because I'm like,
it's not funny, but
I know, but it's
the visual is amazing.
Bro, it's sad. I'm like,
you're supposed to be working, and you're over here in the front row, aren't you?
I'm like, he's like, stop it. Like, what do you mean? It's sad. And it's like, they're all crying. He's like, no. He's like, it's like a doctor. You gotta. And I'm like, well, I can't do this. I'm like, no. And I'm like, okay. And that helped me get some of it. I'm like, all right, I kind of understand why he is the way he is, because I'm like, you kind of have to put that on. But no, so my company is definitely, I think I've learned a lot over the past 8 years with them. I think we're moving in the right direction. They see some of my things that I want to take next steps. And I think I got some people in my corner who are willing to help me get there.
So you want to stay with it? You're still passionate about the pharmaceuticals or sales in general?
About sales. I want to hang up more of this side of sales. And really, what they call one of my next steps, I really want to be a key account manager. So at that point, I'll be working with the C-level suite holders, those guys, kind of understanding, like their med-to-bed plans, right? So like, before you leave the hospital, you're going home on this product. Well, that means that takes that key account manager working with the hospital system, understanding, what their needs are. Hey, how can we partner together to make sure, that we have a smooth transition and insurances and all that stuff. So I think that's one of the next steps I want from professionally. Personally, just continue working on plan B. Real estate has been a blessing for us. Mm-hmm. I need to see how that looks though, right? Like, is it rentals? Is it Airbnbs? Is it long-term rentals, short-term? Is it flipping properties? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. Just continue to be, like I said, being a present father. Keeping home intact. That's hard. It is. It's hard, man. This is hard. Marriage, my thing is, I'll tell anybody, I think marriage is harder than raising kids. I think it's harder than raising kids, dude. I do. At some point, the kids listen. Yeah. My spouse doesn't. I feel like
I would say a combination.
Well, yeah, and it's probably not a 50-50.
My opinion, us together, fine. When really the only thing we ever even debate about anymore is things with the kids.
And I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
I think
you're still at a young age.
Correct. I think that we still.
You're going to still bicker. It's going to be a different situation.
Oh, dude, no. And
that's about math homework and shit.
I think Travis and I think we'll bicker. I think forever. I think that's just. I think that's probably our love language. To be honest with you. We just, because we were talking with someone, and we saw a couple. And they were really kind of going at it. I'm like, damn. And I was like, Travis, do we look that way? It was like, and we're like, nah, we ain't that bad. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't that bad. But they were bah, 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 bah. I'm like, holy crap, man. I'm like, yo, I'm like, Travis, are we that bad? And he was like, nah, man. But the good thing is, funny part about it, the kids will definitely call us out now.
It's good.
It is good. And we,
It checks you a little bit.
It does. The one thing when we try our hardest, when we've always said, like, we don't want to argue in front of them. We have our disagreement, like, we'll take it to the bedroom.
It's easier said than done.
True. But even if we start to kind of like snip, they'll definitely be like, stop it. You don't need to talk to him like that with who it is, who it is, And one of us always like, yeah, you're right. Don't do that. Be like, yeah, you're right. So, but it's just, I want to continue. I want to be done with corporate America in the next 10 years. That's one of my goals, to be done with corporate America in 10 years. While I love everything it's taught me and teaching me, it's draining. It's just, and especially working. Well, my company, I think I have a great company that I work for. It's still a lot of red tape. It's a lot of dotting the I's, crossing the T's. And I think as the kids get older, one thing about this industry, especially, like, for you to really grow, you either have to relocate, which I can't do, or you start taking on like bigger and bigger territories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want that because I want to be home.
Yeah.
So it's like you run in those situations. So, my plan, like I said, I won't retire anytime soon. I got young kids at home. But I think if I could find a way to, like I say, make plan B become plan A, that'd be one of my goals.
You've always worked for somebody.
Always worked for somebody.
You ever thought about entrepreneurship?
Yes, but the thing is, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and again, we have rentals and all that good stuff. But my problem at this point is financial security.
It's hard to give up this over here.
It's hard to give that up, man. And
benefits are probably good.
Great. They're great.
Yeah.
Great.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, but that's one thing Trav and I discuss is start putting those things in place now to start preparing for how that looks in 10 years, right? Whether it's, like you said, I cover the whole family on my insurance for pennies.
Yeah.
And we have really good
A lot
insurance.
of people aren't that blessed. I mean, that's a big factor.
So it's like, it's stuff like that where it's like that type of stuff makes a difference. So, we're starting to plan it and kind of see, like I told him, once the kids graduate high school, I want to move.
Well, let's don't get carried away.
I do.
Okay.
I do. But
you gonna go to Troy?
Not doing that.
Okay.
Well, I never say never, so I come to learn. But let me say that is not on my plan. It's not on my vision board. Okay, it's not on my vision board. Okay,
got it.
So
noted.
But that's it, brother.
Well, I'm sincere. You guys are doing a great job. You have two beautiful children. Thank you for sharing all that. I never know if somebody's going to be comfortable because it's very personal, but I think it's a really cool story.
Thank you, man.
Y'all, you're an inspiration on the sales side.
Thank you.
I didn't know about the Hornets, so there's the connection that I don't think I did. So I appreciate you sharing.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm glad you came in.
No, thank you for having me, man. I'm excited. It's my first time ever doing this, so I popped my
everybody
podcast cherry.
There we go. Now everybody's gonna know all about you.
That scares me. No, y'all know I'm an open book, man. That's what I say, man. Seriously, I don't. And it's a gift and a curse. I don't have anything to hide, though. So it's just kind of like you take me as I am, and I know, I guess I'm not everybody's flavor. I get it. You know what I mean? But one thing I try to be. One thing my parents all, just be a good person, man. Like be a good person. Like that. That'll take you further than a lot of stuff. Like treat people right. Treat people how you want to be treated, man. And I try to do that. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I try to do it. I try to surround myself with great people like y'all. You know what I mean? So like I can look at Charles and I talk with all y'all. Y'all have always been nice to me. And one thing I'm learning more in life: give what's given, and you meet people where they're at. So that's what I'm doing. That's my 2026 thing.
You're doing it well.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. I'm gonna have you back.
Come on.
And then we'll check in.
Maybe we'll bring Travis back. I don't know.
I had Travis by himself.
Dude,
so we can open up
I would love to hear that. Please get him over here. I would love to hear that.
All right. I appreciate it, brother.
All right, brother.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.